Another crazy week in college football. Let's take a look at some of the week 8 takeaways. The number one team keeps on losing. Texas has lost, Ohio State has lost, Alabama has lost. These teams continue to lose. It's crazy. Oregon's now the number one team. Are they up next? We'll see. They got a ranked game against Illinois where they're about 3 touchdown favorites. It'd be crazy for them to see, but that's the trend that's been going on. Okay, I was in Neyland for the third Saturday in October. It's my first time in Neyland. Packed house. Those fans were standing literally the entire time. It was the loudest venue I've ever been in. It's a top 3 venue out there. If you guys haven't been there, put it on your bucket list because it is worth it. What an awesome scene. Did a great job with the lights. The fans were outrageous. It was just really incredible. The stadium is awesome. So definitely put that on your bucket list if you haven't been there. The Cinderella story for some of these teams this year, like it's been awesome. I feel like there's more Cinderella stories this year than there are in past years. Like you got Indiana being undefeated and BYU being undefeated and Iowa State being undefeated and even Colorado outperforming what their expectations were. It's like there's a ton of these teams out here that really didn't have really high expectations that are just absolutely crushing it. The service academies you lump into there. Army and Navy, both undefeated, both ranked, sitting atop of the American Conference. Like, there are so many Cinderella stories this year that it's been so much fun to watch, and they keep delivering. Like, their Cinderella dream is like, it's now like a reality. Like, it's really moving along for all of these teams. So that has been really fun to watch, and I hope it continues. Miami, I think like the 5th or the 6th ranked team in the country right now, they keep winning, but man, all of their games are close. We see this happen with, a lot of schools. They win one-score games. Like this was Washington last year. They're winning a lot of one-score games. You have an elite quarterback, you're able to do that. Cam Ward is an elite quarterback. Let's see how he continues to play and how Miami continues to look moving down the stretch. If they keep winning these one-score games and keep, putting up zeros in the loss column, they're going to be looking good heading into the ACC championship. But that luck can run out. We see that luck runs out. All right, Michigan, man, on the flip side of what we saw from these Cinderella stories, they are really struggling right now. I'm not quite sure that they're going to make a bowl this year. They have 4 wins, and I think they have 5 games left, so they need to go 2-3. But that's not a given. They have Michigan State coming up. Michigan State looked pretty good last week. I think they've been improving every week. So I'm not sure what's up with Michigan. Like they're in a really, really tough place right now. I'm not sure if they're going to reach a bowl. Nebraska, man, just when we tried to convince the country that you guys got it figured out, you shit the bed again. 56-7 to Indiana. It's like, oh my God, you guys just can't seem to figure it out at Nebraska. That was just a horrible, horrible performance by them. I mean, give all the credit to Indiana. They've been looking fantastic all year. That was probably their best win. But, man, Nebraska has some serious problems. I don't know where they're going to go from there after that blowout loss. All right, here's another thing we want to look into here. So in the Week 9 rankings right now, the SEC has 9 teams ranked, which is a lot. That's more than a third of the teams are coming from the SEC that are ranked, and they have no undefeated teams. So I don't know. Look into that and I'm looking at these teams and I'm looking at some of the quarterback play and like Quinn Ewers not looking great, and both Nico or Jalen didn't really look great last week, and Carson Beck had another 3 interceptions. It's like, I don't know. I think maybe the SEC's a little bit inflated this year. And I mean, I always think that they are the best conference, and I'm on that side, and I think it's hard to debate that. But I think this year you can really make a case for either the Big Ten or really just the Big Ten to maybe supplant them as the best conference, especially when you look at the 2 teams with Oregon and Ohio State, what they've been able to, and Penn State for that matter. So a little fishy that SEC has 9 teams in the top 25. Billy Napier and Dave Aranda, 2 of the guys that were on the hot seat at the beginning of the year trying to fight for their jobs, 2 huge wins for them. Baylor kind of blowing out Texas Tech, and Florida looking really good. And with DJ Lagway coming in and looking impressive, I think that really makes a big difference for both of them as they try to fight for their jobs. And getting those wins, they may even just extend that just a little bit, and maybe just enough to get another lifeline that you can be supported for another year. So obviously Florida has an insane back half of the schedule, so we'll see, how that goes, and they're going to be underdogs in every single game. But you got to like how the way Florida's been fighting. I think they looked like a pretty different team than they did in the beginning of the year. Beginning of the year, they looked like they were giving up a lot and wasn't all that bought in, but they've looked like a new team now. So I'm excited to see how that goes for the rest of the season for them. Friday nights. This is like the fourth or fifth week that I've kept this on here, and it just continues to bang and deliver. Again, we had a BYU beating Oklahoma State by 3 points and coming down to the wire. I'm telling you, every Friday night there's games on, and they always deliver. There's always seems to be a banger. So we'll see what happens this week, but there's like 4 or 5 weeks in a row now where some of the best games being played on the weekend are happening on Friday night. So make sure you're paying attention and check out the Friday night games. Follow Big Body Ball CFB on all socials.